So, whenever people think of traveling, especially traveling internationally, for a lot of people, they're thinking of vacationing, relaxing, having a great time with themselves or with their family and friends. And that's definitely my thoughts as well. Whenever I'm thinking of traveling, that's normally the first thing that I think about. But back in 2024, I decided to go do this travel multiple months in Southeast Asia and East Asia. And this is something that I've never done before. This is something that I have dreamed of for years and years. And I decided to finally do that. And one of the places that I went back was my mother country, the place I was born before coming to the United States, and that was Laos. So if you're not familiar with what Laos is, it's a country in between Thailand and it's next to Vietnam, Cambodia. It's in Southeast Asia. And it's a place that I have visited once back in 2011. And I haven't been back since. But in 2024, that actually happened. I went back to Laos. And from a travel, fun, adventure standpoint, it exceeded my expectations. It was a dream come true. I absolutely loved going to Southeast Asia, to Japan, and just experiencing something that I never thought would happen. It was just more of a dream that finally came true. And within this really amazing trip that I had, something happened that I didn't really expect. I kind of thought that I would do something like this, but I didn't know how to do it, and I didn't know whether or not this was something that I could do. And that was basically figuring out a way to help the people, specifically in my mother country of Laos. How can I help them? Because whenever people travel to places or areas like Southeast Asia, they'll quickly realize, especially if they're from a country like the United States, that, well, their money goes really, really far, and they are basically considered the top 10, top 5, top 1% of the population there. And as a matter of fact, if you are from the United States, if you're making anywhere from $20,000 to $30,000 per year, you are basically in the top 10% of most countries around the world. Now, if you've only lived in the United States and you've never traveled outside, or maybe you haven't done research on this, then that might surprise and shock you. But if you are coming from the United States to areas or regions like Southeast Asia, just know that you are definitely in a much different position, a position that I would think a lot of people would love to have in that country. So I do want to put that out there, that you having US dollars puts you in a very, very unique situation. And at the same time, I think it also puts you in a situation where, well, you could do a lot of good with that. And that's one thing that I wanted to do before I traveled to Southeast Asia and specifically Laos, is that I wanted to figure out some way to help the people of Laos. And that's when my aunt came into the whole picture. My aunt, she's been helping people, specifically families and kids, for many, many, many years, probably 20 plus years, because before she retired, she was actually a director of a hospital. So she's been a head doctor, a doctor for many, many years. And whenever she retired, she actually has a business now as she has a pharmacy. And so she's still helping people to this day. And she was the one who really helped me make this thought that I had become a reality, because she's done this for so long. She knows which communities need help, the people that can really use this money. And at the same time, we're doing this together as a family. And I kind of thought, wow, everything came together, and this is going to be another dream come true. So before I go any further on my journey of helping the people of Laos, let me give you a little bit more background and context of how far your money goes as somebody who's from the United States. So as I mentioned a little bit earlier, if you're making around $20,000 to $30,000 per year, you are in the top 10% of earners around the world. You are considered wealthy by most standards. Now, compare that to people who are living in Laos, and I would say most countries in Southeast Asia. Most people, as an individual, they're making around $200 to $300 per month, And as a family, you might be making $600 to $700 per month. And to put that in perspective, they're making less than $10,000 the whole year. Just think about that. An average family is going to make less than 10,000 US dollars the whole year. But that's how they live in most countries in Southeast Asia and specifically in Laos. Now, are there people who earn more than this? And are there people who earn less? Yes. But that's kind of like the average that I'm seeing. But just comparing that alone and then comparing it to the United States, which is basically unlivable, absolutely blows my mind. But it also kind of puts your life and what you earn in perspective. And so now that you're coming to a country like Laos, whenever you see how far your money goes and the value and power of that, you could kind of see that you could help a lot more people potentially with the money that you have versus in the United States. And then with all of those things in mind, I had to figure out where can I help the people in the country? Because when it comes to helping people, there's limitless ways that you could help. There's a lot of people in need regardless of which country that you're at. But my aunt, she's done this for so long. So she was the primary person that I looked to deciding on where this would help the most, at least starting out. And the place that she has done this before, and she kind of thought our money could go really far, is helping kids in schools. Now, there's other things that we can help when it comes to medical, providing medicines and forth. And my aunt is a doctor, so we could do that as well. But I want to start off with something that could really help a lot of people. And at the same time, it's an impact to the overall community because you're helping the people who need help the most. And those are the kids. The kids, they really don't have to think about those things. They're kids. And if they actually have to suffer, to go through extreme poverty, not having things, then it makes it really, really hard to have a good childhood, or at least some semblance of a childhood. And I kind of thought that would be the first place that we could help. And then I had to think about how much money, would this take? Once again, going back to the fact that our US dollars go so far, but at the same time, I also have a limited amount of money. I'm not, wealthy by any means. But my aunt was saying if we could spend anywhere from $500 to $1,000 helping kids and their communities in a school, that could practically help them for the whole year. Because with doing that, what are the things that we could help them with? Well, the first thing that we could help them with is school supplies, books, pencils, bags. And then the other place is actually buying them some clothes, for the kids. That might not necessarily be school uniforms, but it could be jerseys, stuff like that, t-shirts, things that the kids could wear, slippers, because at the end of the day, most of these kids, they do have the basics, but they don't have much more than that. And then in some parts of the countries, especially in more rural village or more impoverished areas, they might not even have as many clothes or even shoes to wear. And so that's where we could really help them. And then if they have those things available, including the really important school supplies, then that's one less thing that their parents would have to buy. And so we kind of settled on about a budget of around $500 and maybe close to $1,000, just somewhere around there. I don't remember the exact amount, but with that amount of money, we're able to help these kids, the communities, the teachers, for about a whole year, which is really, really mind-blowing when you think about that compared to what you're able to do in places like the United States. So with around $1,000, we weren't just able to help one school, but we were able to help two schools. And the second school was the one that really touched me the most, and I'll explain that a little bit later. But the first school was a school not far outside of Vientiane. Vientiane is the largest city in Laos. It is also the capital city, but there's also many, many other smaller villages and cities in Laos. And this one happened to be about an hour and 30 minutes away. My aunt knew the people there, the teachers. And when we went there, I was just really nervous. We did get all the stuff that we needed. We loaded up in the truck. I went there with my family. But I didn't know what to expect. But as soon as the kids came out of the school, the teachers were there, the kids' parents and relatives were there, I just felt a sense of warmth and happiness that, honestly, I don't think I've ever felt before. And at the same time, to see the look on these kids, see them smiling, be happy, be so grateful for these things, really made it special. It made me want to cry. And that was an experience that I'll never, ever forget. And knowing that these kids will now have school supplies, have some clothes, have a little bit of fun being kids made all the difference in the world. And then the second school really meant a lot for me because this one was actually in my hometown village of where my parents were, my mom and my aunts, my cousins, my mom's side of the family. This is basically where they grew up. So this one had a really special meaning for me. And the whole thing that I experienced in the first village, in the first school, it was there as well. The only difference is this is actually my hometown village for my mom, my aunts, my cousins. And so it was really such an incredible, special, unforgettable event. The entire village was there. The kids were just smiling, laughing. They just were so excited, not knowing that this person, this bald guy from Laos or from America who came from Laos is coming back to help them. And maybe these kids, at the end of the day, they might not remember any of this. Or maybe, because of this one event, that, they'll feel a little bit more motivated. They'll feel a little bit happy, and maybe it will change their life in a meaningful way. At least that was my hope. And then also thinking about my mom, my aunts, my cousins, my uncles, I imagine if I would have stayed in Laos with my sister, then we would have went through the same thing, And so in a lot of ways, it made me feel a sense of, I would say, gratitude for what my parents were able to do to bring us from Laos, and also very grateful that we were able to come to the United States and everything that America was able to give to us, and then being able to go back to our country, to our communities, to our people, to my motherland, to help these kids, to help these families, these teachers, these parents, aunts, uncles, and to really see that you can make a difference. And that's something that, at least for me, I never really felt at this level. Even when I was, helping people here in the United States, it's just something different whenever you could see what you've done and the impact of that. And at the same time, being Laotian, coming from Laos, to see myself give back and go back to the country where I was born and really reconnecting with that. And also seeing these kids, and made me think about that could have been me and my sister. It really made it such a surreal thing, Like I said, just so many things that I could say about that. It's special. It's unforgettable. It is one of the best things that I've ever done in my life. And the thing is, I do hope that by sharing this experience with you, if you do decide to go travel abroad, think about those things. Think about how you can help, if you can help. And at the same time, if you are going back to your motherland, I think this will help you in many ways as well. It will help you to reconnect with your culture, the people there, but also might help you connect with yourself in different ways. And then coming back here to the United States, it really changed my perspective on a lot of things. And then if, I'm helping people here in the United States, Laos, or whatever other country, I will always now look at it from a different level. And once again, from a perspective that I never thought I would see, and just helping people in whatever way that I can. And hopefully it'll help them help other people in the future. At least that's my hope. So that is my journey of helping the people in our country, the kids, and just what that means to me. So if you actually had any thoughts on this or any of your own journeys, be sure to leave it in the comments area below. And if you did want to see my entire travel journey, both the fun stuff and the things that are really important and meaningful to me, I'll leave that in the description area below. So as always, if you did get value out of these videos, be sure to share, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you on another episode.